Welcome to another edition of K Speaks. This is your host, K Speaks. And you know what? When K speaks, you listen, or you should. You know why? Because I'm going to save you some money and some time. One of those things you can't get back. So, I'm going to dive right into this, man. I was actually on Facebook. I really don't like Facebook so much because, it's a bunch of like craziness on there most of the time. So I just go on there for jokes and stuff most of the time and talk to fam. But I'm on Facebook and this post comes up in the Black Love group that I don't even remember subscribing to or like clicking on or liking or any of that stuff. But it came up and I just happened to see it. And the crazy thing is there was a question asked, and the question was, how do you as a man show a woman that she has your attention? Like, what do you do to make sure that she knows that she has your attention? And man, oh man, I mean, it was just crazy. A lot of guys like, I give her all my time. I write her poetry. I call her all the time to make sure that she knows I'm interested. I'll take her to nice dinners, and I'm thinking to myself, man, you do all that just to get some lady's attention? Like, man, I mean, if she's interested in you, she's gonna be interested in you without doing all of that. If a woman is like seriously interested in you and attracted to you, she's gonna be attracted to you without all of that. So, when I make my comment, I say, I want to keep this. I have a no simp policy, man. Doing all that stuff, there's nothing wrong with doing that stuff. Don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with it. However, don't do all that stuff if she doesn't deserve it. She hasn't showed you that she deserves that kind of attention. She doesn't show you that she appreciates that kind of attention. She doesn't show you that she's worthy of that kind of attention. Why do all that stuff just to make her see that you're interested in her? If she's interested in you, you don't have to do all that. And I said, I have to disagree. The women they want two types of guys. They want one guy who is not always in their face and always trying to show them attention. Why? Because the person that doesn't do all that stuff, he's more mysterious to them, and women like mystery. And then the other guy they like is the guy that every other woman wants. Because women like men that other women want. And it's always been like that. And I'll give you an example. When you're single or you don't have no like lady friend with you or whatever, and you go into an establishment, a lot of times, women will check me out because I'm kind of fly like that. However, the majority, like the normal guy, is not going to get no attention. And I've noticed this myself too, even though I'm pretty athletic build and dark skin and bald, in which a lot of ladies like that these days. But even with me, I've noticed that, like, if I go in a place sometimes, they'll be checking me out, but they don't like show me that attention. But let me be with a female, and especially a female that they may feel like it's just as good as them, or even like maybe even not up to their par, because women are like that too. And man, they'll be Google-eyed and gaga-eyed all over me. You know what I mean? And so women like men that are already taken. They like men that all the other women want. And here's another example. When I was in high school, all the girls like the track stars or the athletic guys, the guys that were playing football and all this, that, and the other. They liked those guys. And they didn't care how many other women in the classroom liked them. They all were going for that same dude. Why? Because he was attracted to all the other women. So, they didn't care about the guys that were like nobodies. They all went for the one guy that was, I don't even want to say alpha male, but they went for the popular guy, because in school, I guess the popular guy is the alpha male, man. So I was laying down this in the Facebook. I was telling these guys this, and everything was cool. It was a couple of ladies that was looking at this, and they were like putting down the tear-eyed. And I was like, look, I give a woman attention, and if she deserves it, If she doesn't deserve it, then I don't give it to her, And I don't be all up in a woman's face like that. she shows that she's interested, and cool. If she's not, then that's cool too. I keep it moving. You know, you don't waste that kind of valuable energy and time on a woman that you're just trying to get. You know, you put the bug in her ear and she ain't with it, she ain't with it. And sometimes it's all about timing too, because women are all about timing. You know, she might have a couple of dudes on the side. You just never know with women these days, man. So you just don't give them that kind of attention. And that's what I was saying. So I was like, you know, while you guys doing all this, writing poems and giving her the key to your house, like one guy said that, he's like, yo, I'll give her the key to my house and let her know that she's welcome and she has access to me. I was like, oh my God, what is wrong with this dude? And so I was like, yo, you guys that's talking about, you know, you giving the key to your house and you writing these girls poetry and you doing this and doing that and all this extra stuff, but you don't even have her yet. While you doing all that, there's a guy that's taking advantage of all your hard work. There is a guy that she wants you for that, but there's a guy that she wants that doesn't do all of that, and he's reaping the benefit of all your hard work. While you get him all gassed up, he's coming in from behind and taking them. So that's the kicker is this though. So after I write that, this guy comes on and he goes, why, he tags me, so you know, I know it's for me. It's like, why are you worried about what other men do? You know, don't worry about what other guys do. If you're like, what is wrong with you? Why are you so worried about what other men do? So, you know, me being me, I sent him a message back and I said, I'm not blue pill simp. If you reread, I told him, if you take the tampon out and you read my comment without the emotions, then you'll see that what I'm trying to tell you is that you don't have to do all of that to get a woman's attention. You know, I mean, you have to put it on somewhere, but not like that. That's like over the top. So I said, you know, you don't have to do all that, man. And I said, if you read my comment without all the emotional whatever, you see that what I was trying to do is help you out. So you can see that you don't have to do all that, and women take advantage of guys that do that kind of stuff. So the title of this video is, this video is going to be called Women Want a Thuggleman. And I told a guy that. I told him straight. I was like, look, there's two types of guys that women want. And look, one is like you because they want you for a certain type of deal. They want you for certain things. And I told him straight up too. Oh yeah, that's another thing I told him. I said, you know, yeah, I want a woman to get with you because, you know, you're a blue pill simp and you're safe. You know, but that's after she's been with tons of guys that are like the opposite of that. I said, and you know, she probably already had like 2 and 3 babies and from all these like bad dudes, and then she'll want you because you're the safe one. And there's nothing wrong with you being safe, but at the same time, don't be a savior for a chick like that. You know what I mean? So I told him straight. I said, let me break this down for you, man. Straight up. I said, let me break this down for you, blue pill simp style. Yeah, women fantasize about a guy who's like Keith Washington. And for all of you guys who don't know who Keith Washington is, you know, I'm a little older than most of y'all cats, so I know I don't look it, but I'm a little older than most of y'all cats. Keith Washington was a what I call a crooner, and in the black community, he was a singer, R&B singer. Very vocally talented dude, man, and women loved him because, you know, he's that suave, debonair kind of looking dude. Had his hair like pressed back and permed, and you know, he looked smooth. And back in the 80s, well, the late 80s, early 90s. Well, it actually came out in like early 90s. But so in the early 90s, when he came out, man, that was like, he was the in thing. That kind of guy was like the in thing. Smooth, had nice suits and stuff, dressed himself well. But I told her, I was like, yeah, you know, so women fantasize about a Keith Washington, but what they end up with is a DMX. And I think you guys know who DMX is. So I was like, yeah. So I said, I hope that helps you. I said, and then I put this as being a red pill public service announcement. And you know, it is what it is, man. So the title of this video is Women Want a Thuggleman. And so I use that story, and I've been wanting to do this video for a while, and I use that story because it hyped me up and it really inspired me to go ahead and just do the dang video, because it's a must, it's a necessary. People need to know this stuff, man. And And we all been there. Let's be honest. Let's be transparent. We've all been there, man. We've all done some like blue pillish kind of stuff. And why? Because society trains us to think that those things are like what people are supposed to do. Men are supposed to win the woman over and whatever. And I told, in my first comment that I made, it's like, man was not made for woman. Woman was made for man. So if she's supposed to know and see that that the man is the prize, man. A man like that, and there's nothing wrong with a man taking care of a woman. Let's get that straight. I want to be balanced here. There's nothing wrong with a man taking care of business in the house, taking care of his lady friend, his lady, his wife, whatever the case may be. I want to make that clear. However, the point I'm trying to make is you don't just do all these things for a chick, man, that you don't even really know her. You're just trying to show her interest in. You just don't do those things, man, because women these days will take advantage of that. I don't know how many times. I use myself as an example, man. There's been times like years ago, like I'd take a woman out to eat or whatever, and we go to dinner, and then we should do this again sometime, and then next thing you know, you never see her again. And when I found out later on, there are women out there who will actually go to dinner with guys just so she don't have to cook meals at home. So she's getting a free, and she might be doing this with like 20 other dudes, and with like applications like Plenty of Fish and Tinder and all these other crazy apps that you have on your phone. A woman like that can do that every day of the week. She can get a meal provided for her every day of the week, man. And there are people who've been caught doing that kind of stuff. So what I realized is like, look, if you're gonna go out with a woman, y'all want to meet up or whatever, take on a coffee date. You know what I mean? Say, hey, let's meet at Starbucks. Let's get a coffee or stuff and talk. Or something like that. Don't take them to like $50 a plate type restaurants, just to show that you're interested in her. Now, if she like is down with the program and she's interested in you and she's showing that stuff, that without you doing all that, and she proves herself worthy of that, and she's part of your A team, and she's down with whatever it is that you're about, and showing that she has your back on those kind of things, then reward her with a dinner or something like that. But you just meeting this chick and you trying to take her to all, man, don't do it, man. I'm here to tell you that these girls will use you up for those things. So yeah, women, I realize that women want a Thuggleman, man. They want that guy that they fantasize about, that guy who's romantic and who's gonna be there to listen to them when they talk, and they talk forever, and listen to the things she say, all this crazy stuff that she might be thinking about her friends. They want that so-called like picture perfect guy on paper, the romantic guy, the guy who's like gonna love her and all that other stuff. But really, what they don't really want that guy, because that guy's boring. And I'll give you an example. I've had girls say that I had like female associates, and even women I've worked with, like, yeah, I'm dating this guy, he's really good to me, guy sounds good on paper, all his attributes sound good. And then they get to that last attribute that's good, and then you see their face, and it's kind of like, you're like, well, if all this stuff is good, then what's the problem? Like, what's going on? Oh, well, man, he's just too nice. Or I'm kind of wondering what his problems are. I'm like, are you kidding me? You just ran down a list. Of course, nobody's perfect. I'm pretty sure he has some characteristics that are like flawed, and he has some issues. I'm somewhere down the line. There's nobody that's perfect. But man, like, what are you looking for, man? Why are you looking for a flaw if the guy is what you've been looking for? And would you do the same thing to a guy who's not so-called flawed like that? You know what I mean? It seems like they go for the ones that they go for, the bad dudes. You can see red flags right away, but yet they devote all their attention and devote all their time to those kind of guys. But when they get a guy who's like with this blue pill simp dude that I was talking to on Facebook, then they look for things that are wrong with him. you know, because it's not normal to them. You know, they want a guy that they can fix up, but at the same time, they want that thug to give them that thug passion. And you know, I don't want to like say like go into race and stuff, but I've been watching a lot of videos and stuff about women who've been interviewed, black women, man, especially. And it's not just black women, it's all women. All women are like that. They want that excitement from that bad guy. But black women, for some odd reason, really are bad about this. And so, you know, they want that passion from that thug passion. And they'll tell you straight up. And, you know, I like those thugs because they just raw with it. They bring in that thug passion. And you ask them, what is thug passion? Well, you know, they do this, that, and the other, and whatever. So, you know, that's what they want. They want that. So I come up with a conclusion, man. You got to be a Thuggleman. You cannot be too much of a thug. You know, you cannot display complete attributes of a thug. And what I mean by that is like, you got to show that you don't give her all your attention. You got to show that you can pull back and let her think about you sometimes. You got to, you know, not play into her game. You got to make her like want to be a part of your world, not you part of hers. And you got to like be able to tell her no. A lot of these guys are like doing all this stuff. They don't know how to tell a woman no, and a woman is waiting for you to tell her no. She's waiting for you. She's hungry for you to tell her no. And these guys are not doing it. So they want that guy. They want that guy who's gonna put their foot down. That alpha male, that even possibly that thug. They want to put that foot down and give it that passion and all that. But at the same time, you don't want to be too much of that. But you don't want to be too much of a gentleman either. So that's why I came up with the term. You want to be a Thuggleman. It's a mixture of the two. You don't want to be too much of a gentleman. You don't want to be too much of a thug, a-hole, whatever kind of guy. Too machismo. You know, you don't want to be too machismo. You don't want to be like that. You don't want to be too mushy either. You know, be the mushy when you need to be. Be the mushy when she deserves that mushiness, I guess. If that's what you're going to do. You know, show her a little bit of like compassion and sensitivity when she deserves, as a reward for her good behavior. And I say that, and I know it sounds bad to a lot of people, but there's a reason why they lump women and children together. You know, the boats are going down, the ship is going down. What's the first thing they say? Oh, gather all the women and children and put them on the lifeboats and all that. Why? Because they're almost in the same category, man. So, you know, these women gotta understand that, man. They gotta understand that, you know, and you gotta, as a man, need to understand that too. Be a Thuggleman, man. Don't be too nice, too over the top machismo either. But be that in between, because you know what that does? It throws her off. She don't understand. She don't know which way to take you, and because it makes her head go, because it makes her head work and think. Because you know women are always like thinking, but if you got them not necessarily confused, then but always thinking like, what's the next move? Because she don't know if you're gonna be the hardcore thug. She don't know if you're gonna be that gentleman today. You know, you always got her unbalanced, and she's trying to get balanced with you. So she's never gonna get tired of you. She's never gonna get bored because you never give her a constant. You never give her a constant you. You know what I mean? She's always guessing what you're gonna be that day. And that's not to say that in a bad way. That's saying it in a good way, because she's like, man, you know, this guy. It's never a dull moment with him. You know, he tells me no when he needs to tell me no. He's nice to me when I do right, and he puts his foot down when he sees I'm out of order. And that's what women need. They screaming for that, man. They're not screaming for somebody who like write them poems and say yes to them all the time. They're not looking for that, man. There's a reason why the nice guy in school, you know, wrote the poetry and all this other stuff, and then, you know, the athletes were scooping up all the girls. There's a reason for that, man. And they didn't care. They were just scooping them up. The nice guy was the one that cared. And it's sad, man. And I've been in that position when I was in high school. I didn't like write poetry and stuff to them. But, you know, I did nice things for girls, man. And I learned in high school that that's what it's about, man. That's what they want. That's what they want. But then, you know, I realized that, you know, they want to, it'll be, the ideal guy for a woman is the Thuggleman. The Thuggleman is the ideal guy. And so I'm gonna wrap this up because it's already been 20 minutes. But I felt like Goku on Dragon Ball Z, man. I felt powered up, man. And so I'm ready to give you guys this video. It's probably one of my best ones yet, because of the energy I'm bringing to you on this one, and because it's a topic that's so close to home. I figured you guys could feel this one, and I hope that I hope that it is something that you can relate to, and it's something that you guys can, you know, apply to what you guys are doing in your normal day-to-day life. And anyway, with that one, I'm out. Please like the video, share the video, subscribe. I'm gonna be bringing more content that's heated and powerful like this one. Yeah, I'm gonna end the video right there, man. See you guys on the next go round.